Vaishali Siddhappa and welcome to my channel Complemental Economics, and today's topic meaning and determination of demand. What actually demand is all about? The demand is nothing but the quantity of goods and services any of the goods and any of the buyer is willing and able to purchase in this particular price and the fixed time period of time. The quantity what he is demanding, he is willing to able to purchase in this fixed price at the same time one particular time. If we fulfill this all, then it will be called as demand. Then what is effective demand? The effective demand, to fulfill three conditions you have to fulfill. The first one is desire. If you have any liking towards any good, that's called desire. You saw anything and you felt like, oh, I need this. So you really want to use that. You thinking to purchase it in a mind. So then it's called as a desire, like towards any of the good. Next one is means to purchase. That means you really like the good. Do you have that much money in your pocket to purchase that? So that's called means to purchase. Do you have that much money in your pocket? The third one, willingness to use. You have desire, you like the good, you have that much money in your pocket. Even though if you have a desire, you have money with you, so many times it happens, you have money, you have desire, but you don't feel like buying. So this is willing to use. By whatever money you have, by that, are you ready to purchase this? In that case, it will be called willingness to use. And what is quantity demand? The quantity demand is nothing but whenever price changes, quantity is also going to be offered in a different way. If the price is changing, the quantity will also going to change. That's called quantity demanded. If you measure that, that will be called as quantity demanded. The next one is quantity demand. What kind of a concept is it? It's called as a concept of flow. Why it is called as a concept of flow? Because it's a single and isolated purchase. So in this one we say that the continuous flow of purchase must be there. So flow is nothing but it's a continuous process. It's not going to stop. The flow is not like once you purchase and stop. The demand should be like continuously in flow. One after once, I'm demanding the same good, then it will be called as a quantity demand. So quantity demand is a concept of flow. Till one period of time, I'll be purchasing the same good again and again. So then it will be called as a quantity demand. The demand can be influenced by so many things. Determinants are nothing but the things which influences the demand. Those are called determinants. Demand is influenced by so many external things, external sources, and the internal things. So that we're going to talk here. The demand can be influenced, the things which will be influencing the demand, that's called determinants, which helps to measure the market demand ultimately. And the determinants what we have so many times, it is not easy to measure and they're not easy to quantify. Yes, few of the determinants we can measure, we can quantify. Maximum determinants we cannot measure, we cannot quantify. So in this way, few of the determinants we are going to talk here. So we have 6 determinants right now: price of the commodity, price of related goods, disposable income of the consumer, taste and preferences of buyers, consumers' expectation. At the end you have others. In others we have so many other headings, subheadings. We'll talk about it in the last slide. So let's talk about the first slide, that is price of the commodity. We say that the price is a key influential thing, a key determinant of the demand. Because whenever you visit any of the shop to purchase any of the goods and services, the first thing what you're going to ask, that is, what is the price of that? So we say for the demand, price is the key determinant. According to ceteris paribus, the ceteris paribus he says, other things being equal, that means we are going to consider only one or two variables in it. All the other variables right now it is constant. For an example, if I am talking about the price and the demand, all the other things like advertisement, population, and the income of mine, every thing doesn't matter, it is constant, it is not going to affect this theory. So in this way, for me only two things are visible, that is price and the demand. All the other things are equal, that means constant. There is no interruption in this theory. So now we are going to talk about two important things in this one. So that one is the price and the second one is the demand. So price and demand, we are going to talk about the relationship between the price and the demand. How exactly the relationship between this? Whenever price increases, demand for it is going to decrease. I'll tell you how. Whenever you see any of the goods and services, price is increasing, you feels like buying very less of that commodity because you will get lesser satisfaction for it. If the price is more, demand for that good will be less. When price is going to decrease, demand for that good will be more. See, we have seen gold prices. When gold prices are more, you feel like purchasing less because you think the price is too much. When price decreases, everybody runs to the shop to purchase the gold. So this way, the price and demand, if both are moving in the opposite direction, I told you in the last slide of mine how you're going to understand whether the relationship between the variables, it is positive or negative. After seeing the previous video of mine, you will understand what exactly the theory is. If you want to understand now onwards, whichever the topics I'm going to discuss, please do watch the relationship of what is inverse relationship and what is positive relationship. In this case, I'm going to talk about price and the demand, two variables. In this, both the variables are moving in opposite direction. If price is moving upward, demand is moving towards downside. If the price is moving downside, the demand is moving upward. They both are moving in the opposite direction. In that case, the relationship between the price and the demand, it is inverse. The relationship between these two variables, it will be inverse relationship. In this case, it implies that the rise in the price of the commodity brings about fall in quantity purchased. This happens because of the income substitution effect. This, whatever the effect it is happening, it is because of the income substitution effect. That means the income is constant, your income is less. Because of that, if the price increases, you don't feel like buying more with that money. You cannot demand more goods. If the price is increasing, even your income is increasing, then you can demand. But price is increasing, but your income is not increasing. In that case, you will demand lesser quantity of the good. So this is the price of the commodity, the first determinant which influences the demand. If the price is more, demand, the good which you are going to purchase, it will be less. If the price is less, you are going to demand more of that good. That means demand completely dependent on the price. That's called price of the commodity. And the next slide talks about price of the related goods. So there are two types of goods, related goods, which we call it as. One is a complementary good, another one is a substitute good. There are two types of related goods, one is complementary, another one is a substitute. Let's talk about what is complementary goods is all about. The complementary goods and services, it is nothing but, the complementary means any goods if you are going to use together to get the maximum satisfaction, that's called complementary goods. For an example, if you want to drink a tea, with that if you add a sugar, you will get maximum satisfaction. So for the tea, sugar is the complementary good. If I want to drive a car, I need petrol for it. Petrol can be considered as a complementary good for the car. So this way, the tea and sugar is called as complementary. At the same time, I can use it like shoe and socks. I want to use the shoes. To get the maximum satisfaction from the shoe, I need to use socks. So socks is a complementary good for the shoe. What is the relationship between these two? The relationship between the complementary goods, it is completely inverse. I'll tell you how. If tea price is increasing, if the tea powder price is increasing, so nobody will feel like purchasing the sugar because tea price is increasing. So sugar demand is going to come down. Tea price is going up. If the price goes up, demand for tea is going to come down. If the demand for the tea is going to come down, in that case, who will purchase the sugar? Nobody will purchase the sugar. In this case, the demand for sugar is going to come down. So in this way, tea price if increases, demand for sugar is going to come down. That's called both the variables again are moving in the opposite direction. Then it's called inverse relationship. The demand and the price, they both are moving in the opposite directions. On the other case, substitutes. Substitute is nothing but you cannot consume this together. For an example, tea and coffee together no one consumes. So in this way, if you're going to have tea, you're not going to have coffee. If you're going to have coffee, you're not going to have tea. So one place of others, so like if I'm going to have tea, so in that place I'm not going to have coffee. So this is called substitute, otherwise alternative. Even you can call it as a alternative for this. Yeah, alternative. Yeah, one more thing is like competitive. Also you can consider like this. The relationship between the substitute, it is positive. I'll tell you how it is positive. If tea price is increasing, whenever price increases, demand for that good is going to decrease. Remember that. If the tea price is increasing, coffee demand is going to increase. If the tea price is increasing, keep it in a mind, back of the mind, any good price increases, that means demand for that is going to decrease. On the other side, when tea demand is going to come down, that means alternative is, the substitute good is coffee. The coffee demand is going to increase. Can you see? So in this case, you have to remember the coffee price is not changing. The price of the coffee is not changing. Tea price is increasing, so nobody will feel like purchasing tea now because it is costlier front of the coffee. So everybody is going to come to coffee. So coffee demand is going to increase. So this way, tea price is increasing, coffee demand is also increasing. If tea prices come down, if people stop, if the people get to know that tea prices is coming down, then coffee demand will come down, because if the tea price is cheaper, so everybody will prefer tea than the coffee. So because of that, coffee demand is going to come down. So you have to know. So this is bit confusing because one particular good I am taking price, another particular good I am considering demand. See, tea price I have considered, but coffee demand I am considering, not the tea demand only. So this way, two goods, one good price, another one is demand. If you're going to consider, you will get to know the price of related goods. In this way, the complementary goods and the substitute good also influence the demand in the market. And the third one is disposable income of the consumer. What is disposable income of the consumer? Whatever the consumer is going to get income, in that if you subtract the taxes, direct tax, so then you're going to get the disposable income. Disposable income is nothing but whatever any consumer is going to get income. From income, he is going to subtract the taxes, then that will be called as disposable income. Disposable income is, that means that is completely reserved for the consumption sake. So in this one, we are going to talk about the relationship between income and the demand. So in this case, this disposable income, already we are talking about income, and demand is the theory. And next, here one, to talk about the disposable income, first of all, we have to understand nature of the goods. Let's talk about 2 to 3 different kind of goods now. The first kind of a good is normal good. What is the meaning of normal goods? The normal goods are nothing but, normal goods are those kind of a goods which whenever income increases, demand for that also going to increase. For an example, if you consider milk, ghee, furnitures. So, and clothing, automobiles, any durables, yeah, semi-durables, these all comes under this normal goods. So, normal goods are those goods where income increases, demand also increases. Income decreases, demand also decreases. So, that goods will be called as normal goods. Example I have told you already discussed. They both are moving in the same direction, so the relationship between the both, it is positive. On the other case, you have the next good, that is inferior goods. The inferior goods are those goods whenever income increases, the demand for that good is going to decrease. The relationship between this, it is opposite. If income decreases, demand for that is going to increase. Both are moving in the opposite direction, so the relationship between this, it is completely negative. If you want to know the example why income increases and demand for these goods are going to decrease, so let me come with a few of the examples of it, like any of the like ragi, millets, jowar. Whenever income increases, you feel like purchasing more of wheat, rice, any other costliest thing. You don't feel like purchasing ragi, jowar, millets. According to the psychology of people, they think ragi, jowar, millets, it's all poor people food. So because of that, they want to purchase rich people food. Example like rice, wheat, these are called as a rich people food. So this way, any consumers continuously, if his income is increasing, he tends to reduce the goods like ragi, jowar, millets, this consumption, yeah, demand for that, it's going to reduce. So that's the reason why when income increases, demand for inferior goods is going to decrease. They both are going to move in the opposite direction. So the relationship between it will be negative. And the next one, you have essential consumer goods. When it comes to essential consumer goods, for an example, very basic necessaries, it is called as like food grains, fuel, cooking oil, necessary clothes. It's not like luxurious clothes for the functions and all. Basic necessary like clothing. To fulfill this, every individual, whatever income he earns, he is going to spend in it. Whenever a consumer's income is going to increase, if his income is going to increase, so definitely the essential good consumer goods also going to increase. But when it comes to counting this, it is less than the proportionate. What is the meaning of the less than the proportionate? Whenever income increases, he is definitely going to spend more on essential consumer goods, but not much as he is going to spend on luxury goods or prestige goods. Whenever his income increases, his demand for the basic necessaries relatively is going to decline. Like essential goods, demand will be lesser whenever he is going to increase his income. So he is going to spend more money on the luxurious good and the prestigious goods. So this is the relationship of essential consumer goods. So now, so that means he spends more money on the durable goods than the basic necessaries. And the fourth thing which influences the demand, that is taste and the preferences of buyers. So few of the theories you have here. The first theory is demonstration effect. The demonstration effect is nothing but so many times any consumer's taste and preferences also going to be matter. For an example, till 1 week I was feeling like having gobi Manchurian. After 1 week I was fed up. Then I started feeling like having any Chinese like noodles or something like that. So like this, the taste and preferences of people continuously will be changing. That can be measured on few of the theories. The first theory what you have, that is demonstration effect, that was introduced by James Dewsbury. So the demonstration effect is nothing but by seeing others you feel like having it. Otherwise you do not have any much need of it. If you see somebody like they are owning like different mobiles, yeah, mobile covers, they purchased a new any of the technology oriented equipment, by seeing them you feel like purchasing it. you do not have, personally you do not have any need. You saw somebody's hand, they have a phone, so you felt like even I need a phone. Not because of the necessary, just because of everybody is having, let me have it. So that's called demonstration effect. And the second one is bandwagon effect. The bandwagon effect is nothing but, if any of the good is very stylish, very fashionable, everybody is purchasing, so everybody is very fashionable and stylish, even you want to adopt some stylish things and fashionable things with you, because all the outdated things what you have, you already done with the using of it. So you want to change your style, you want to be more fashionable. In that case, you're going to purchase those goods. That's called bandwagon effects. So for an example, at least in 90s, people used to wear bell-bottom pants. But right now, bell-bottom pants are out of fashion. Right now, everybody is like, they go with definitely it's some kind of low jeans. And at the same time very skinny, very thin pencil cut pants. These days people are liking pencil cuts. So this way, bandwagon effect, it's completely dependent on the fashionable and the stylish of the society, what they want to on the basis of the style. And the third effect is snob effect. The snob effect is nothing but they don't want to move with the common herd. What is the meaning of common herd here? Common herd is nothing but few mass of people, like number of people are moving in group. I don't know why they are moving, simply even I'll go and add. So that is not possible in the snob effect. In the snob effect, what is happening is, if everybody is wearing the same thing, they don't want this particular good. For an example, these kind of snob effect, people want to be exclusive, they want to be different, they want to disassociate themselves with the common herd. Like, I want to look different from the others, so I don't want to purchase the goods which they are having. I want to purchase something new. I want something new for myself. So that's called snob effect. And the last one, Veblen effect. The Veblen effect, it is introduced just because the name on the economist, his name is one of the American economists, that is Thorstein Veblen. His name only Veblen, so the effect also kept as a Veblen effect. So in this Veblen effect, whatever the goods and services we are going to purchase, it's just because of the status, it's just because of the prestige. Having a diamond ring is a prestige, so let me purchase. Having a costliest car is a trend, my prestige matter, it's my status, so I'll purchase the costliest car. Constructing a bungalow is a prestigious one. I want to show my status, so I am doing it. I am purchasing so and so good because it shows my status and prestige. So I am going to do this. In this matter, it will be called as Veblen effect. Demonstration, by seeing others, I am going to purchase. In this, I am very interested in fashion and stylish, so I am going to snob. I am not going to demand those goods which is purchased by everybody. I want to stay like a unique. Veblen, just to maintain my own status, I am going to purchase. So these are the things which is going to influence the taste and preferences of the buyers. And the fifth one is consumers' expectation. The consumer expectation dependent on future prices, what will be the future price, what will be my income, how the supply will be done. These are the basic things which influences the consumers. So many other things are also there. In this case, just imagine my income got decreased. If in future, anywhere, so my income is going to decrease, what will I do is, whatever the non-essential goods are there, I'm going to reduce the consumption of those goods. In that case, current demand is also going to decrease. So this is just the way how the demand completely changed because my income is decreasing. What consumer is expecting, on the basis of that, the demand even will be decided. So this is called consumers' expectation. When it comes to the last one, which is others, in others so many topics are there. So let's talk about the size of the population. It is population. Size of the population. If the population of the country, if it is big, large, my demand, market demand will be more. On the other side, if the size of the population is less, so in that case, the demand for the good also it will be less, the first one. And the second one, age distribution of the population. Just imagine, in my country, maximum number of people are old, 60 plus. So in that case, I have to concentrate on those goods like spectacles and the medicines, these kind of. And on the other case, just imagine, in my country I have the youth, maximum are youth. In that case, I can consider more on the fashionable and the other things. If the children are there, maximum children are there in my country, so then I can think about toys, baby foods, toffees. So this way, which age population we have, old, youth, yeah, children, even that's going to decide the demand in the country. And the third one, the level of national income. If the national income is more and each and everybody is going to share good income, in that case, demand for them also, the goods and services is going to increase. In this case, we are going to consider two things. If income is distributed unequally, equally and unequally. First incident, we'll think about the national income distributed in the economy completely unequal. In this case, the few percentage it is with the rich and maximum people are poor in the country. Few people are having good money and maximum people are poor because it's unequally distributed. In this case, rich people are going to be, anyways, they're going to demand less. The poor people cannot demand at all because they do not have money. So in this case, in economy, demand is going to decrease because poor people cannot demand at all. Only rich people is going to demand. The rich people also going to demand maximum durable goods. On the other case, if national income is distributed equally, in that case, there is no rich and the poor. Both the people, the people who are in rich and the poor, they're both going to purchase goods and demand the goods and services. So equally demand is going to increase. So the national income, whether it is distributed equally and unequally, that is also going to decide the demand. The propensity of consume, that means whenever income I am going to get, in that how much money I am going to spend on consumption, that if we measure, that's called propensity to consume. And the next one, consumer credit and the interest rate. If in the economy everything is going good, the credit facility is good, the interest rate is less. If the interest rate is less, that means I'm going to borrow more money, I'm going to take more credit. So because of that, demand for the durable goods, it will be more. If the interest rate is more, I will not borrow. That means the demand for the durable goods, it will be less. So this way, consumer credit and the interest rates also matters. It's also influence the demand. And the last one, all the policies of the government. It can be regulations, it can be rules, it can be policies. The taxation. If the goods and services, if the tax is more, demand will be less. The expenditure is good, the government is spending good, so that means demand will be good. Subsidy policy, if they're going to be very favorable, so in that also demand is going to be mattered. So this way, any country is coming with a good taxation, expenditure, subsidy policies, that also going to influence the economy. So it's going to matter like how much luxurious goods you're going to purchase, how much subsidies you have for any of the good. So these all the things going to be going to influence when it comes to demand. So right now I'm going to conclude this, that yes, demand can be influenced by so many internal and the external things. I hope you are clear with the maximum topics. You will get a lot of questions from this particular topic. So hope all the confusions are cleared. If you really liking my videos, please subscribe and share. Thank you so much.